Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and if you don't celebrate either, Happy 24th of December. It's about 6 p.m. here on the West Coast. It's probably 9 p.m. where you're at if you're on the East Coast or somewhere else. But just wanted to hop on here for about 20 or 30 minutes. I know everyone's tied up tonight, but I have some news to share with my conversation with eBay that I'm really excited to share with you. And I wanted to show you a couple of the cards I've been investing in because I haven't done one of those mail day videos in a long time. And just go over a couple things. But it's awesome to see you guys. Brian hopped on, Mike C, Corey. Let me put you guys up here. It's super cool to see you guys on Christmas Eve. And I know this is a special time for y'all. And hopefully you're with family. You're having a good time. Whoa, DJ's in the house as well. Dude, it's like Christmas dinner right here. Christmas Eve dinner with my fam. I got my dinner right here, of course. You know this is coming. I went back to the baklava because that was so damn good last week. One thing that was kind of weird, though, is the baklava was $12 or $13. You see here, I got a big chocolate muffin as well. And I couldn't fit the donut on there, but I got the donut as well. And I realized I'm spending just as much at the grocery store on grocery store baklava as I was at the bougie, fancy LA place. And so now I'm thinking, well, what's the whole point if it's the same price? But definitely happy about that. Flippin' Steve, what's up? David, man, we got some people in here. I guess I actually have to answer some questions and bring my A game. I thought this was going to be like a quiet little show. Michael Ham, really excited for our Bucks game Saturday, which is really cool because now we have football Saturdays and Sundays. So we don't have a day off of sports. NBA has been crazy. I actually saw I saw the Celtics game. Was it last night against the Bucks? And that really turned me on to NBA and Jason Tatum hitting that three-pointer, the bank shot three over Giannis, and then Giannis missing that second free throw, which, dude, it's probably going to haunt him for a while. So really exciting stuff in sports. David, what's up, man? Yeah, dude, it was weird. I didn't know Rui got injured. I was selling my Ruis. I didn't know he got injured, but then I was looking at the Wizards score and I'm like, where the hell's Rui? And then I see that he got injured. But yeah, looks like someone else didn't know either. I just saw him not even in the lineup or under the DNP, did not play. So I'm like, what the hell happened to you? What's up, John? How's it going, man? Here's a couple things I want to go over because I might not have the entire hour, but for one, I made a Christmas card for you guys. I want to show you my Christmas card. You're going to like this. This is inspired by green prism. This the green parallel prism on Cody what's his name? Kobe White. So, here's my Christmas card to you guys. There it is. Have a Kobe White Christmas. This is what it looks like when there is a Chicago Bull or Portland Trailblazer player with the green parallel. It looks like an ugly Christmas sweater. I can't stand it, but I thought I would make this little holiday card out of that inspiration that I see from that green prism. What's up, Roy? I see you down here as well. Let me take this off here. And if you guys want that card for any reason, it's on my website. You can just right-click and save it as a picture. But it's just thecomebackcardinvestor.com/Xmas, XMAS, in case anyone actually wanted that picture for themselves. What's up, Roy? So what happened to Rui? He has an eye infection? Is that it? It's kind of weird. All right, this is a good question from Ari about sending in a Gem Mint BGS 9.5 for a 10. And man, like the way I see it, or at least the way I've heard it from others, is that there's a higher chance that it'll go down to a 9 than go up to a 10. But like, I'm thinking if you have the microscope and you have everything and you're like, dude, this thing is perfect. I did the measurements on the sides. Then the worst case scenario, it's going to go down to a 9. I doubt it'd be lower than a 9, but I want to hear what your thoughts would be. I just bet that the odds are going down to a 9 versus a 10 unless you have full confidence in it. Okay, so here's the thing. If Rui, here's the thing. I just got a question. What is my strategy for basketball? And that was one of the questions I wanted to answer. And I was thinking to myself, well, look, prices have been going up since before the season started, right? So my strategy now is wait for that first slump, like the first 10 to 15 games to pass, and see what players are underperforming the most but are on good teams. Like, for example, the Lakers are a great team, but I wouldn't be surprised if LA starts like 7-7 or 10-8 or something like that, because they know they can turn it on when it comes to the rest, the second half of the season or playoff time. And like, if I were them, I'd be like, look, let's just coast during this first 20, 30 games and then just get better, but really just rest up and then go the distance when it really matters, because we have that capability of turning it on. So for basketball, I'm definitely looking at who's going to get injured and who's going to slump in this first 10 to 12 games, because someone like Kristaps Porzingis, I remember reading months ago that he would miss the first month of the year, but he's a great guy to at least explore the prices of, because if no one's buying his cards up and then all of a sudden he's in the game alongside Luka and they're kicking ass, then I could see his cards go back up to where they would be if he were healthy all along. You're welcome, John. That is for you. So it's definitely there. I'll add it. So as you guys see it, I'll show it here real quick. But that is it. That is the Christmas card. Have a Kobe White Christmas, and of course I had to use his name because like Kobe, have a white Christmas, all that stuff. There we go. Okay, so this is a great question by Corey. Here's the thing, like, that's why I was buying basketball back in October, because I wanted to get all the cards of all the guys I liked before people were thinking about it, because now, just like when the NBA bubble resumed, everyone's optimistic, right? Everyone's like, oh, they're going to win and they're going to do better. And then they have a new coach and they have a new player. And so I have to wait for the first disappointment to set in. When the disappointment and the slumps happen, like if Giannis, and the Bucks lose the next couple games and maybe they're 2-3, 2-4, and people write him off, that's when I'd be happier. Like if Giannis could miss a couple more game tying free throws and the guys on ESPN and Bleacher Report and whatnot say that he's washed up and he's not nearly the player, that's when I'd be interested. But at the beginning of the season, there's just so much optimism that prices go up. Like, for example, I was selling those Rui Prism raw cards on CompC for $14 and $15. I would be buying CJ McCollum Prism raw cards for like $9. His rookie card, CJ McCollum, who's a good player. He's like a top 35, top 40 player. If you look up those charts, best players in the NBA, they all have them around, I don't know, 25 to 35, maybe 40. But I'm like, this guy is proven, and yet you can buy a raw Prism of CJ McCollum for $10. That's what I was buying them for. So as I sell them, I'll show you guys. But I like those under the radar players where it's like, man, just no one is thinking about them because maybe they've been in the league 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. But if McCollum, if Damian Lillard gets injured and CJ McCollum scores 35 in 2 games in a row, then no one's thinking about him. But that could easily go up, 200%, 300%. Oh, what's up? What's up? Petite Persian Perspectives in the house. That's right. Oh, Malone Anthony's in here as well. Dude, what are y'all doing on Christmas Eve? I thought no one would be here. I thought everyone would be doing this tomorrow. See, BGS 9.5. Yeah, back to that other one. What do you mean? Like in terms of resale, PSA 10 is it. BGS 10 would be number 1. PSA 10 would be number 2. BGS 9.5 would be number 3 in terms of pricing. Then PSA 9, and that's what I've seen at least. Dude, honestly, I want someone else to answer this because I'm just watching NBA again, so I'm getting familiar with all these guys. So what do you guys think about Darius Garland? Help NFT Force out with your thoughts there. Merry Christmas, Big D, Mick G, 73. I remember you from like so long ago, man. What seems like 6 years ago, but it was really just, I guess, like 6 months ago. There we go. Yes, send it in raw. Don't break the 9.5 or don't send it in the 9.5 case. We got RJ Barrett. Someone's high up on that. But Grumpy or DJ says don't do it at all. Yo, Chris, man, what are y'all doing on Christmas Eve? You know what? I was like thinking to myself, I could do this on Christmas Eve because there's no basketball games to watch. And of course, everyone should be watching basketball instead of a live stream. But it's Christmas Eve. So is anyone even going to be on here? Dude, Busted Locals. There's one video I have. There's one video that is the most hated video in all of sports cards on YouTube. But the other one is Sports Card Investing 101, what sports cards to buy. And it's a very basic tutorial on how, like, if I was just getting started, what I would do, the cards to avoid, like the sets to go for, the sets to avoid, all that kind of stuff. But search what sports cards to buy. Sports Card Investing 101 has like 53,000 views. Leave it a thumbs up. That'd be great. Ziggy's even here. What's up, man? That's so cool. Ziggy's in the house. And here's the thing, man. His cards were like $10 for a Prism, like $10. And you have these guys that are rookies that aren't even playing. They're not even starters, selling for $15, $20 on ComC and I'm sure eBay and other places. But at least he's bona fide is good. Like, he's good. He wouldn't be in the league this long from, I guess, 2012, 2013 that he came in if he wasn't at least good. All right, well, good luck with that, Ari. Let us know how it goes. Worst case scenario, I'd imagine it'd be a 9, and then you spent money and lost value. But hey, so let's see what we got here. Ziggy has been happy with Star Stock. Dude, Tatum, man, dude. Here's the thing with Tatum is, I like that shot over Giannis was insane. It was primetime TV. It was over Giannis. Giannis, couldn't hit the free throw at the end. So I don't want to judge a player by the one highlight on opening nights because there's 72 games this year. And so I'd wait for him to cool off, but I was buying Jason Tatum cards before all this. So my basketball investing was late September all the way through October and then early November because I just assumed that Thanksgiving onwards would be all hype around the NBA. And honestly, now I'm going to show you 2 cards I've been buying. Now my focus is not basketball and it's not football. So the way I'm seeing it now is let basketball play out for 2 weeks. Let's see who gets injured. Let's see, if someone's going to be out for 2 months, then I'll be looking at their prices and tracking it and seeing when exactly it's going to hit that low. If they're on a playoff caliber team, I'll definitely get in and then see how that pans out. But I'm waiting for football to end, hopefully with a Buccaneer Super Bowl victory. But when the teams get eliminated from the NFL, from the playoff picture, and that happens, I'm going heavy into football because I love football more than basketball. So to me, I'd rather focus there, get a lot of players that should be getting better wide receivers, like quarterbacks that should be getting better wide receivers, better offensive linemen, because football is so much more of a team dynamic where you can have a great quarterback, but lousy receivers, lousy running back, lousy offensive line, and be screwed. So I would rather study there. But for now, I've actually been investing in baseball and soccer, 2 sports I never thought I would touch. But looking at the prices from basketball, football, baseball, soccer, it's like incredibly cheap for both of those sports compared to football, which is you have high cards and then you got low cards based on what's going on week to week, and basketball, which has just been steadily climbing the whole time. Let's see. John has a few Jalen Hurts base Prism. Should I sell raw after he destroys the Cowboys, or are base Prisms worth subbing and selling next? Well, I mean, the way I see it is kind of like it might take so long to get those cards back that what you could do, or at least consider, is if he destroys the Cowboys, looks amazing, you sell off, and then once they're out of the playoff picture, the Eagles are out of the playoff picture, then buy him back up again and then submit those. You could try something like that. I don't know how high and low the prices will vary, but the way I am with football cards is if I have them raw, I'm looking to sell now if they're a playoff caliber team, or I'm looking to sell soon. But the second they're out of the playoffs, then I would submit to PSA and hopefully get them back by June or July, so that I could really be ready for that next wave of hype. Dude, I know, man. It's like I was literally thinking it's gonna be me and three others. Maybe a few people will watch tomorrow, like at some time, but this is insane. That's good to hear. Really good to hear about StarStock. If you guys have not checked out StarStock yet, it's like ComC, but very active. Great for day traders. Great if you're keeping up with the sport a lot. Like the games every day. Dude, that's an interesting question. Okay. Well, I want to get to Petite Persian's perspective comment as well, but I have not even thought of grading packs. It seems weird to me. It seems like a really strange concept to grade a pack because I don't know. It's like at the end of it, don't you only want a pack to eventually open it or to sell it to someone that eventually wants to open it? So to me, I've never even thought of that. I mean, I think it's strange, but I'd like to hear what your thoughts are. So Ziggy does like Garland. Vegas finds cashing out of StarStock. Okay, let us know. I'm sure that they'd rather you be in there. What's up, House of Cards? And we got some great comments here on Garland as well. So let me see here. Dude, it's funny because I was like, I'm like, I didn't know what to expect, but there's 62 of you all on here. Let me go over a couple things. There's one, I want to answer your questions because that's most important, but let me go over a couple things I had planned just to get them out of the way. Okay, so I had a question earlier this week, which was if you only had $100 to invest, what would you buy? And I think this is a common question for a lot of kids, teenagers, 20-somethings that are just getting in, and they want to know, like, yo, I got limited funds. What would I do? And for me, the first question is, will you have only $100, for the next several months, or do you plan on getting another 100 in 2 weeks and in a month? Because if you're consistently going to get $100 extra from allowance or a job, you could be a bit more risky, right? If you're only going to have $100, like if you're 10 years old and this is your Christmas money and you're not getting an allowance, this is it, I would play a lot safer of an approach. I would probably divide that by either 3 to 4 cards, at least 2 to 3 players. But what I would do if it's NBA, I would wait for the slumps and I would go for, just like I mentioned earlier, I would go for that, or baseball. I think baseball, there's great opportunity now. But I would make sure that I'm not, like, no one that is being talked highly of right now, I would touch just because the prices will reflect it. And then there's a bigger chance that they go down than they continue to soar, right? Like if you score 50 points 3 games in a row, what are the odds that you're going to score 50 for a 4th game versus going back down and having 18 points in game 4? So I would just wait for the injury. I'd play more conservative, injury, slump, and then just play it patiently, because turning 100 into 200, I think is pretty doable. It's reasonable. Turning 100 into 1,000 is what people go for, but then you'll strike out 99 out of 100 times. And if you just do the math, it'd be better just to go for the doubles, double your money, triple your money. Maybe, like, if you could triple, that's really good, but double your money, I think is very safe. But there's just too much hype around NBA right now. I'd wait for that to simmer. Yo, Joe, what's up, man? I appreciate it. I like that picture. That's a really nice picture of you too. All right, let's see here. I thought I said I'm riding my wife. Okay, I'm hiding from my wife and kids eating cake. Dude, that's awesome, man. That's the dream right there. 2000s cards. You know what's funny about you mentioning that is I have a video coming up on the best looking sets and the worst looking sets, like the best looking cards, the worst looking cards. And you guys have answered a lot of that. You've put in your feedback in that post. So if you go to the community post section, you'll see that's my last post, is what's the best looking card you've seen or that you like, and the worst. And the EX 2000, I don't know if you're, oh, okay. I thought you were talking about like Skybox EX, but the Topps Chromes are great as well. Let me see here. Future Hall of Fame players, I think they're fine. They're safe. I just don't think that they're going to be like Allen Iverson's one of those guys that he was in my era. He was like that guy alongside of Kobe, but Kobe's legacy is 50 times what Allen Iverson's is. Like, Allen Iverson was great, but then, I think they're fine. I just don't think that they can spike to nearly the levels of the Kobes, the Jordans, etc. But if the prices are low, I don't think it'll ever bottom out, because you have guys like me that grew up with Allen Iverson and Ray Allen and some of the others. But I think that's the one difference between buying cards now versus cards back 20 years ago is that very few players had personal brand and were known outside of playing basketball. Like Jordan had a huge brand. He has the sneakers, he has Space Jam, he has the Gatorade commercials. I think of Michael Jordan, and if I think of my memories, half of the memories I have of Jordan are him not even playing basketball. It's something to do with the media or a commercial, while someone like Allen Iverson, I only will think of him playing basketball and then kind of like trailing off at the end of his career. So I mean, like, to me, that's it. I'd rather get your guys' opinion because that was kind of a basic opinion. Yeah, good luck with that. I'd love to see what the ratio is of Star Stock A's coming back graded, to see if that's a good indicator if they're going to be 9s and 10s or if they're going to be 8s. And I think Scott from Star Stock said that PSA or Star Stock A is 8 or above, but the difference in price obviously between a 10 and a 9 is huge, and a 10 and an 8 is insane. So we'll see about that. Let's see, football. All right, wow, damn, yeah, there's a lot of comments here. Yo, Costa Rica, this is Thomas. What's up, man? Oh, good to hear. So another strategy I'll probably be doing more of next year is buying rookie cards off of Comp C, because a lot of times they're marked down, especially off season, but then making a shipment to Star Stock from Comp C. And I just requested my first shipment from Comp C. I did the expedited shipping service. It was like $54 to have something like 200 cards and 25 or 30 of them in top loaders sent to me. And it said it shipped already. So January 4th was the day it said it was estimated to ship, yet I got the email yesterday that it did ship. So hopefully I'll get that soon. A lot of those are going to be inspected and going off to PSA, and then the rest, we'll see what happens. But I wanted to test out how long it would take for CompC to send me cards. And because I did the expedited service, which I think it's worth it if you're sending these cards to grading, then it shouldn't be very long. All right, let's see here. What do you guys think of Trae Young, Donruss rated rookie PSA 10 for 175? That one issue I have with Trae Young is that everyone knows how great he is. And it's like, you can buy now, but what happened? Like, where were you 2 months ago? Because that's when I was getting my Trae Youngs. I was also getting his rookie year, because I was looking at Luka and like what Luka cards have gone off. Rookie year Prism inserts as like a very hidden like emergence, and I forgot the other one, but I was buying them for like $2 a piece because I'm like, look, it's Trae Young. If he does well, obviously his second year Prism is going to do well. All the rookie cards are going to do well. But before everything goes up, or like as everything goes up, maybe there are some other cards that people won't think about right away. So second year Prism Trae Youngs, I bought about 20 or 30 of, and then first year Prism inserts, like rookie year Prism insert of Trae Young. But personally, like for me, I'm more like, I got to wait for him to suck. I need a moment where he's actually not doing well, because every player from, a scrub all the way up to LeBron, they're going to slump at some point. So that's when I'd rather buy, because if this is an overly emotional hobby where people, bid up the highest amount just to get Talen Horton-Tucker or whatever his name is, cards in preseason, then they're also going to be the same ones that sell Trae Young when he twists his ankle and is out for 2 weeks. And then, one report says it looks way worse than it is. And, so I'd rather rely on people overreacting in order to get in versus just predict player performance, because that's a lot tougher. All right, let's see here. I'm not too familiar with the NBA rookies, and I'd rather them prove themselves first. College unis, no. Like for me, not at all. And I'd like to hear other thoughts there. But in terms of college uniforms, it does nothing for me. And I don't think any NBA fan really cares for it, because the legacy that we're trying to figure out, if this player has or not, or develop, is based on what they are in the NBA going forward. It's like Tom Brady in a Michigan Wolverines jersey does nothing for me. I know that he will be in a Patriots uniform, but I would avoid all the college stuff unless you're a fan of that college and, you're an alumni or something like that. Awesome, Jeff. I appreciate it, man. And the cool thing is that it's not like I know everything. I've just been in this for about 10 months, but this is a great community of people. We're in here trying to make some money, have some fun. And it's just a very supportive group. As you can see, there's 83 of us on here on Christmas Eve. But feel free to ask your questions and people will answer it. Man, who will be the best wide receiver? See, yeah, this is even beyond my knowledge because I don't even think of rookies. Yeah, there's some great ones though. I'm trying to think. DK for sure. Was DK a rookie this year or was he last year? Because I didn't even buy any DK. No, he was not this year. I forgot, man. I don't even keep up with rookies because I just want them to prove themselves longer. Let's see here. Okay, so let's go over real quick because I don't know how long I'll be on here. Let's go over the conversation I had with the eBay rep. Okay, so if you guys didn't see, I did that eBay video a while back. I also asked for your feedback, which was phenomenal, on how can eBay improve? How can we make eBay a better platform for collectors, for investors, buyers, sellers, everyone involved, making sure that the good people are on there, the scam artists are not. And so I did a video on it, and the goal was to bring us together, have some dialogue, and hopefully have someone at eBay take notice, right? You know, you never know. And literally 3 hours, not even more than 3 hours later, I get an email, and it went to my junk, so thank God I found it, saying, hey, I saw your video about eBay being competitive in the sports card market. Would you be open to a video call? And I'm like, yeah, of course, that'd be great. And so I talked to this guy on Wednesday afternoon, and I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't sure if it was like, dude, take it down, or if it was going to be like, hey, what's up, man? I loved your video, And so the first thing I had to do is I had to sign an NDA, so a non-disclosure agreement that I wouldn't tell the world everything we're talking about. But what I did is after the conversation, I asked him, hey, can I make these statements? Can I tell my audience this? Because of course they'd like to know. So we talked for a good hour. He had to go after an hour, and so did I. But really nice dude. He's a collector himself. And he was just interested in like, dude, so what is your audience saying? What are their biggest pain points? What are some of their ideas? They're asking mostly about, are you mostly investors? Are you mostly collectors? What's the price range? Are you mostly looking at $5 cards up to 25? Or are you looking at mid-range, couple $100s? Are you looking at thousands? And, you know, I was just really impressed because he was just taking notes. He was writing it down. And there's not too much to share because it was mostly just him trying to get insight from me and from what you guys were saying. And so the one thing I want to say is I shared with him the link to the video as well as the link to the 2 posts about eBay where you guys have commented a ton on. And I said, look, here's the feedback from everyone. My opinion is just me. I just happen to put this together on a YouTube channel. Everyone else's opinion, some people have been on eBay for years, some people months, but regardless, everyone's opinion's worth the same. So just gauge the interest there. But obviously fees, scams. I mean, I did mention taxes, but taxes is more like, you know, you're not going to try and go around the government, but fees, scams, I think is the biggest things that are really deterring people and having them look elsewhere. But he was asking, you know, like, what do you think of these other platforms like StarStock and CompC, and where do you think we can improve? But at the end of it, he said, dude, this was a great conversation. What I'd really like to do is to, you know, I want to get more insight. So can I ask you to pass on these questions to your audience as like a poll? So in the future, if he has a question for me, I'll be able to present it to you. He also wants to talk, like do another session with me, another hour conversation or so mid-January after the holidays and eBay's back on track. So I'm looking forward to it because I'm like, look, man, you call me whenever you want. Anytime you want me to propose a question to my community and see what their take is, it's only to help eBay, which is going to help us. So absolutely, you pass it on to me and I'm happy to do that. So end of the story is I'm going to be a bridge. Like I want to be a bridge between eBay and you guys so we can at least work, you know, help eBay get in the right direction. That was a very long-winded answer, but I was really happy about that. And I was really happy with just how eBay's response was because they were very, this guy specifically, he's a collector himself, you know, he's dealt with everything, but very open to dialogue, and it wasn't just lip service. It felt like it was like, no, we want to put into effect whatever we can. It's just we got protocols, we got trade-offs, there's cost involved, there's all these things. It's a big company, but the effort's definitely there. So we'll see how it goes. All right, let's see what we got here. Josh Allen, I will say this. Look, I'm going to be sending out my email tomorrow on my weekly sales, like the cards that are on sale based on the charts. And then from the charts, I then say, all right, well, which players make the most sense based on how far their numbers have gone down. So if you want to get that, sign up at the comebackcardinvestor.com. It'll be out, but there are 2 players on there. And it's because their cards were low, but the odds of them making the playoffs are pretty high. And I forgot the exact cards, but one was Russell Wilson, the other was Kyler Murray. Now that's based off of not only the fact that Seattle's in the playoffs, they got a spot, and Arizona has a 65 or 69% chance, according to that website 538. I think it's 538, but it's because the prices were really low. So if the prices are low and they make the playoffs, then I think that could be a bigger spike than buying Josh Allen at a high price and then like nothing spectacular happens. Like the downside could be higher off of a player that's doing really well. But when someone, like this Kyler Murray card, I forgot if it was Optic. I think it was Optic. It had gone down so much that I'd rather buy that undervalued card. And, just one more win could spike it up, even if they don't make the playoffs. But I'd like to hear your guys, if you would buy, hold, or sell Josh Allen. Man, dude, it is so damn, there's some good questions here. I see one from Eric right above this as well. Here's the thing, man. I'm really conservative. I'm like really conservative. So if there's any hype around players, I think what I like to do is I like to get multiples of a card so I could sell off some when the hype is high and then hold some for belief that they're actually going to do well. If I don't believe in a player at all, then they're gone. Like they're just done. Or if I believe in the player somewhat, but I really know there's another investment that excites me more, then in that case, I'll sell off and buy the other investment. So Ja had that 44-point game. Zion's looking good. So yeah, dude, they could be incredible. I don't know, but it depends on how much profit you can make and where you would park that money elsewhere. So if you have a couple of them, maybe you sell off, hedge your bet a bit. And then you have a couple that even if they don't go up in value, you've already made your profit on a few of them. It's just like without knowing the future, what are you going to do? All right. Damn, I see some low numbers there. 7.5 from Beckett. That's a good question for someone else. It doesn't sound like it's going to be higher than an 8 from PSA, and an 8 sounds optimistic. But I think what sucks about Beckett right now is Beckett doesn't seem to have the power, like the brand power that PSA has. And so I'm looking at SGC cards that no one really wants SGC. Seems like less and less people want Beckett unless it's one of those, maybe it's a Bird Magic rookie card, something like that where it means more. But I don't know, man. It feels like PSA is just taking over. So what do you guys think based on those numbers? If you think it would be a 7 or an 8 with PSA or something else? Well, that's good. If they're a week or two early, that means they're under promising, over delivering, which is always the way to run business. Hate to say, if the Browns beat the Steelers and win Baker, it could be a good buy low now. I don't know, man. I don't know. We never know. And the crazy thing with football versus basketball is that you could just get lucky one game, right? The field goal kicker could suck. Field goal kicker could hit a 65-yarder, and that's it. Your season's over. But it's not like basketball where, okay, you have the same guy playing offense and defense, and it's a 7-game series in the playoffs where usually the best team wins. Football is like, dude, you can break your leg. You can, Dak Prescott and Joe Burrow. I'm way more cautious, especially this late in the year for football. I would be like, if I don't sell now, I mean, there's not much of a window between the next time the prices would be up again, which would be before next year, right? Like there's a very fleeting window of opportunity. I have like a burp building up in me. It's weird. Whoa. No. That did not just happen. Hold on. Don't make me check my phone for nothing. Did that happen? I don't see it here. I don't see it on. Was that a? I don't. Wait. I don't see that happening. Unless you're just screwing with me. But anyway, all right. Well, let me know if that's real. If Harden's going to the Blazers. CJ gone. Oh crap. Oh my God. Yeah, stay away from that. Okay. What's up, baby Swagoo? Happy New Year. Oh, sweet, man. Tell your kids Happy New Year as well. JP and Addie. Dude, that is crazy. So, Chris, if that's true, man, that's insane. But hey, that's how it works. So this is a good way. This is a good thing to consider. Like, all right, what does this Harden trade mean for James Harden as well as CJ McCollum? Obviously, like if they're going to a worse team, like okay, so if the Blazers now have, if this is correct, if the Blazers now have Harden, Lillard, Carmelo, is that right or no? No Carmelo. Let me know how that goes. But now I'm thinking, well, maybe Dame's prices go up because the Blazers look more legitimate. Dude, are you serious? Don't tell me this is all fake. And I'm like 10 minutes behind on here. Okay. I got to go all the way down to the bottom of the comments here. There was another question I wanted to answer. Number one lesson to pass on to someone brand new to card investing. So if you're just getting started, let's say you're a week in, you're a teenager, you're 20-something, or you're not, but you're just getting in. I think the number one lesson, if I can only pick one to instill, is to learn how to critically think. And the reason I choose that one over anything else is because if you could learn to critically think, it will help you in everything in life, not just cards. Because, if you watch headlines on CNN or Fox or wherever else, it'll guide you to sell all your stocks out of fear, or it'll guide you to take whatever or do this or do that. If you can't step back and say, hey, hold on a second. What does this YouTuber, what agenda could they have? What could CNN or Fox or whatever, if you can't step out of that and think for yourself and like at least try and be a bit critical in terms of what's going on here and then piece the puzzle together yourself, it's going to be a lot tougher because you'll always be a step behind. But if you can look at a trade, I guess even if it's fake by, posted by Chris, even if it's a fake trade and you go, well, what happened if James Harden did get traded to the Trailblazers for CJ McCollum and whoever else? What does that mean exactly? And then I could say, all right, well, Damian Lillard's prices should go up because the Blazers ought to look like a playoff contender, like a legit contender. And then CJ McCollum's will probably go down because now he's on like a rebuilding team. But that's the one thing I would say is like, if you learn from me and the others like Chris and others on YouTube, it's really what is the strategy and where is the formula to understanding what trades and injuries and movement actually mean and how people will respond to it. Okay. Yeah, dude. Here's the thing. Where is it at? Critical thinking, common sense, patience. Yeah, patience. And like, remember the masses, most people, if I've learned one thing, the human behavior in this hobby is just like everything else. People want instant gratification. They want the most amount of money. They want to get rich as quick as possible off of the lowest amount of effort and the lowest amount of capital being put in. And if you know that, you'll know that people will have to overreact because they're always looking for that home run, that grand slam. And because of that, I would rather be like, okay, let me be a bit more patient than someone else. If I'm just a bit more patient than the average person, if I put in just a little bit more work on research than the average person, I'm going to be ahead more than I'm behind. And so the more I can do that, the better I'll be. And that's why even now I'm thinking I don't want to buy any basketball cards, not until the hype is simmered down, someone has slumped, someone has gotten injured, and then I'll gauge those prices, see what's going on, because I know most people don't have that patience and won't go there. Most people are looking on ESPN's app for that big headline of this player scored 80 points. Oh my God. And then they go crazy. Well, good. You go crazy for that. I'll sell it to you. But when there's no headlines, then I'm going to buy. And that brings me to, and as for Kobe, there is one Kobe card that is in my email newsletter that has gone down a decent amount. But Kobe's always good to me. Like, to me, it's like he's always great. I appreciate it, Steve. Yeah, and if you like Kobe, and if you don't like Kobe, then what the hell's wrong with you? So anyway, speaking of what has zero hype right now, what has like no attention, what has spiked earlier in the year where everyone was talking about it, but no one has talked about it for months and months. However, to me, I look at it as plenty of upside. And I'm going to show you two cards I've been buying. There, well, someone named it right there. That's it, Caesar. So I'm not a soccer fan, but let me explain what I'm doing here. There were two cards, and I'm going to show you exactly on this chart here which cards they are, so you'll understand where I'm coming from. Let's see here. Stop share. Okay, share that screen. Popular card charts. Yes. Okay. Let's see if that worked. Yeah, okay. So if you see here, this, Topps 20 project, that's not a bad idea. If you see here, it was a like ridiculous spike. That's when soccer cards went through the roof back in August. And down here, though, if you take a look, this is a Cristiano Ronaldo and a Lionel Messi PSA 9 Prism. So if you look here, before soccer went crazy, these cards were 267, 203, 220, 300, 330, around 220 to 300, and then soccer took off. And if you were in the hobby back in August, you remember everyone was talking about soccer. There was a ton of hype, and it was just like, dude, this is it. This is it. This Lionel Messi PSA 9 2014 Prism went up to $1,245, and the Cristiano Ronaldo was at $1,000. That was the high for a Ronaldo, $1,000. And then since then, down, 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 down. And so for the last few weeks, I've been picking up a couple of them for about $110, $120 a piece. And I don't know what's going to happen, right? I don't know what's going to happen. But the theory for me, like this is at least my thinking, is that no one's talking about soccer. The second someone like Sports Card Investor says, I like soccer, I like the prices are low, that's what I'm buying. If Gary V mentions the word soccer and Lionel Messi, like that could be enough right there. Anything can happen to then get that next tick up. And while these cards right here, these are not like the first choice among collectors. That looks horrible with that glare, but even though these are not the first choice among collectors, these are very liquid cards. So this is more like playing the flippers game, trying to outflip the flipper. So we'll see if it works. It might not work, but the goal is to get in now at 110, 120, wait for the next Gary V post, wait for something to happen for soccer cards to enter the limelight again. And then I could see this going up to 250, 300 very quickly. Will it happen? I have no clue, but it intrigues me because the prices now are even less than what they were at before the spike. So I feel like the bottom, the floor for these cards I'm like pretty close to it, but the upside could be 2x, 3x, 4x, who knows? But also Lionel Messi, 174 million Instagram followers. Like this guy is huge. Cristiano Ronaldo, 248 million. So they're like combined about what The Rock has in terms of global likability in that scale. And the other thing too, I got to say, is I'm noticing more and more international investors getting in. So whether they're just in basketball or soccer or baseball or whatever other sport, it's really cool to see that if America's economy tanks, if all of this tanks here, at least a lot of others are getting into the hobby overseas. So that's at least my thought. Who knows? What do y'all think about Jalen Hurts? I mean, I would wait till the off season for me because just the window of time is so small. UFC cards, I think, yeah, I think the same way. I don't know a damn thing about UFC except Conor McGregor and I guess a couple of the guys, but that's a one player, that's a one athlete sport. You don't have to get tied down to bad teammates or bad coaches, and they have that personal brand as well. So they have that ability to do the endorsement deals if they have a personality. Like Conor McGregor, great fighter, but dude, his personality is it. Like you invest because you go, dude, this guy is just, he's a monster in the octagon, but he is just a character. He's a larger than life personality. And yeah, there's a ton of potential there. All right. Let's see. How do you get this chart? This is called Market Movers. There's a light version that's 25 a month. The one I have is about 50 a month or 40 after promo code. Just Google search promo code. Dude, definitely reach out to me on my website. That's just the easiest way to get a hold of me. Yeah, Market Movers. Guys, if you don't know Market Movers, there's also Card Ladder. There's several out there. I would never invest in cards without some sort of data behind it because I'd be playing the game of I think this player will do good, but I think this player will do good. I like the team he's on. I like it for these reasons. It's a low point to get in on this player. This is the card that is undervalued versus this other card. Like if it's Prism versus Optic or Optic versus Mosaic or something like that. I want to know all that stuff because if I'm only relying on that player doing well, then that's really risky. I want to be like, I think he'll do well. I think the team will do well. There's an insurance policy in the fact that there's already a legacy established with that player. And this is the lowest price that this has been in a long time. And like, I want everything. I want it stacked with all the reasons why I should go in, because if not, I'm like, I hope you do good. I hope you don't, break your hip. I hope you don't get a concussion and you're out, because I treat my money way too carefully, to just be like, yeah, hope it works out. All right. All right, guys. It looks like I'm going to get off soon. I can't believe how many of you are on there. This is amazing, though. This is so cool. It's Christmas Eve, and if you can't tell, I'm half Jewish, so that's why I can do this, and that's why I'm so analytical with numbers, because, I love this kind of stuff. Let's see. Merry Christmas, Jason. What's up, man? Jake Paul Prism. Dude, you know what, man? You never even know. You never even know. I was actually thinking of this. This was my crazy idea. We invest in basketball players. We invest in football. We invest in all these sports. We invest in a lot of these players because of personality. Like, they have to be great on the court or on the field. But going back to March, the biggest reason I invested in those Rob Gronkowski Chrome rookie cards, PSA 10s, because I liked what I saw on Instagram, because I always laughed. I thought this was like this guy was a big goofball. He's like a giant kid, and I liked that. I'm like, dude, this guy's refreshing. He doesn't care. He parties, he laughs, he does childish things. But when I could see someone for who they are on social media, then I'm starting to think I'm not really investing in Rob Gronkowski, the football player, because he was retired at the time. I'm investing in him, the personality. And so that got me thinking, well, what if there was a 1991 Matthew McConaughey autographed rookie card from Dazed and Confused, right? What if there was a Leonardo DiCaprio rookie card? What if there was like a Margot Robbie rookie card? I'm like, maybe that's going to be a thing, right? Maybe we can actually invest in celebrities in the same way with cards, autos, maybe some sort of, not jersey, like, patch of hair or something, but maybe like a little garment from a movie, like their first breakout film. I wouldn't be surprised, because if I could get like a Hugh Jackman X-Men, like his rookie card, Hugh Jackman or something from his breakout movie, I'd be happier with that than with a lot of these players that are going to be in the league for 2 or 3 years, and then we're not going to hear about them ever again. Dude, I don't know the best one. I do know the worst one. And James Harden's Topps rookie card is perhaps the ugliest card I've ever seen in my life. It is just like a picture of him looking kind of pissed off, and it's a close-up of his head. So maybe that's the best one in terms of investment. I'd have to check the prices and the volume, but it is just the ugliest card ever. And I had a post up there the other day that was, what's your best looking card and the worst looking card? And that the video I'm doing on that was based on seeing a James Harden rookie card and saying, what the hell was Panini thinking? This is the worst. This was just the ugliest card ever. I mean, just a close up of him, like, like that's not, who the hell wants to see that? But anyway, I don't know the best. I know the worst though. Dude, if you think he's going to make a playoff run with the Suns, go for it. I mean, it looks like the Suns will do well. It looks like they'll do well. So yeah, I mean, Chris Paul doesn't have too much time left to prove to win a ring and that, but I don't hear too much being talked about him, which is good. So I would start there. Fortnite cards, dude. The one thing with Fortnite cards or any video games is that if they're if it's a video game that's only going to be around for a couple of years, like I don't know, World of Warcraft or whatever other video games that were out there, if it's going to get replaced in 4 years, 5 years by a new game, then that's what I'd be more concerned about. Yeah, Pokemon cards, man. I just don't know what to think of Pokemon because the quote is Charizard can't tear an ACL, but Charizard can't hit a game-winning bank 3 shot over Giannis either. So what the hell is Charizard gonna do? He's a damn cartoon, like, oh, I got a Charizard, yeah, but now what? Like, how do you strategize with a fictional character? That's what I haven't figured out yet. So if someone knows, then let me know. Yeah, David, the comebackcardinvestor.com. By the way, if you haven't seen it, if you're on the stream now and you didn't see this yet, this is my holiday card for you. Let me share it one more time. This is my Merry Christmas card. Hold on. Let me do this. Okay, share. This is a very difficult process. And happy holidays. This is a green Prism. This is what a green Prism reminds me of when they put it on a Chicago Bull or a Portland Trail Blazer or someone else with a red uniform. Looks like an ugly Christmas sweater or a holiday card. So have a Kobe White Christmas, everybody. And if you want to get this for some reason, the comebackcardinvestor.com/Xmas, just right click it and save it if for some reason that's something you want. Okay, where were we? Yeah, Topps Harden, absolute hideous. Perhaps the best one, but also the ugliest thing ever. Let's see here. All right. Another Jew in the house. Yes. Steelers, dude, Steelers are not looking good, man. I'm not a big fan of the Steelers. I guess you got to go with who's trending, or not trending, but like who's on the hot streak when it comes to football. I guess I'd go with the Colts. Dude, Gronk not only has a WWE belt, he has an action figure, a wrestling action figure. In fact, I want to pull it up because I wanted to buy this. Gronk WWE action figure. He has a couple of them. And I'm like, dude, you're telling me that this guy's rookie card is not going to be worth more in the future because he'll probably just go back to wrestling or do something on TV. He's too entertaining to not be in the limelight. Like his personality is just meant for that. So let me see if you can see that. There we go. So that is the Gronk action figure. And there's a few of them. Yeah, I guess that's the main one right there. Pre-order this one. There it is. Even has the microphone. So that's the kind of thing I think of just because if we're like, you heard about that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson card from University of Miami back in the day. It was like 1992 or something like that. His card selling for 20 grand or 10 grand or something insane. But it's not like we care about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the wrestler. It's the fact that he used his football platform to get into wrestling, which, I don't think he ever played pro. I think he was just University of Miami. Maybe he played pro for a year, went to wrestling, exploded as a wrestler. And then you found out that his personality is just so over the top and he's so likable and charismatic that he just turned into a great movie star. But he's not known as being an amazing actor by any stretch. It's just, you have the physique, you're good on camera, you're likable. And now I don't know anyone that's not a fan of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So, yes. Thank you, Colin. Thank you. And yeah, dude, great point about the Paul brothers. If they're the best promoters, just like Conor McGregor, just like Floyd Mayweather, the promoters, they grab the attention, and that is something that means more than actually being good. Because if it only means, like, if your talent is all that mattered, then guys with like crappy personalities, like or just quiet guys like Kawhi Leonard or Tim Duncan, they would be worth so much more. But personality matters. I mean, and if you can promote yourself, then that's huge. All right. Anyway, guys, it's almost been an hour. I can't believe all you guys are here. I have seen the Carmen Electra card. It's pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie. Lipstick on a card. Oh, damn. Here we go. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I'm really behind on all these. What's up, Cody? Jack Nicklaus, 4 out of 4. If it's grade worthy, grade it. If I'm assuming it's graded already, I just don't know how much room Jack Nicklaus has to go up. I would say that golf cards are something I've not heard very much about at all. So maybe when golf cards become more popular, that's when it'd be a good time to look into selling. Like when people really start talking about golf cards a lot, because golfers have money, right? You don't play golf when you're poor, right? You go to the driving range, you go to the putt-putt. But if you're on the country club, it's because there's real money. As the institutional money gets in and is gobbling up the Trouts and the LeBrons, the RPAs, all that kind of stuff. If it's a 4 out of 4 Jack Nicklaus and it's a really rare and desirable card, maybe I hold on until that starts to enter the spotlight and people talk about, well, what about Tiger Woods' rookie card PSA 10 and stuff like that. James Harden just looks like he's always pissed. Like Kimbo Slice. He reminds me of Kimbo Slice. Oh, nice. I'm guessing you're talking about the Gronk figure. Very cool. All right, guys. Favorite Prism parallel. I mean, green is definitely not the answer unless it's a Celtic player, or I guess that's all I could think of as a Celtic. My favorite, I mean, I think it depends on the player. I do like the red, white, and blue on some players, but I mean, silver is just so damn easy. You know, it's just like a refractor, just like standard, but that's a boring answer. You got it. Dude, one real quick thing, Mosaic. It's crazy. I did a whole episode written down on Mosaic because I cannot understand if it's a good set or not. I like the look of Mosaic. I think it has a lot of potential. It's hobby and it's also retail. So you get people tearing open boxes from Walmart and Target, but then you can also buy it online and all that stuff. And it's been around for years as an offset, like an online exclusive set from Prism. So I was looking up the history there, but every Mosaic card I'd bought had just gone down in value. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Do people like this set or not? Because it looks like people are entering breaks and they're loving the cards and it's popular. And then everything just goes down. So, it's crazy. I had this video of what do I do with Mosaic when I can't understand if people like it. And then I just listened to Jeff's video, Sports Card Investor's video Tuesday, and he was talking about how Mosaic has dropped as well. And that's something I noticed on Comp C when I would be selling all of these like Zion cards and Ja Morant and whatever, but no one's touching the Mosaic. They're buying the Donruss, the Optic, but they're not even touching Mosaic. So I don't know what to think of it, man. I'd love to hear what you guys think of Mosaic, because it seems like this set just tanks. Like it's hot and cool, and then it just tanks all of a sudden. So I really don't know what to think of that. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna head off here. If you didn't see it already, this is what I got looking forward to me, or I have looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, something like that. Got that. Also got a big chocolate donut. That's my way of celebrating Christmas Eve, since I'm not with family, except for you guys. You're my family tonight. But if you're not on the email list, thecomebackcardinvestor.com, you'll see the deals I'm looking at, including these soccer cards and why I think for me, they're a good gamble. They're a good, buy low opportunity. Hopefully hype from Gary Vee and others will get it back up to where it will be. But if that's it, maybe that's the thing with Mosaic. Yeah, even I got the Kevin Durant mosaic silver parallels for like $30 each, and they haven't moved at all in price. I'm like, KD, Brooklyn jersey, first year mosaic, silver, and then just nothing. So I just I'm gonna say no on that one. I'm gonna say no on the college jersey bowl. I appreciate that, Joe. And look, you guys know so much more about cards than me. I know like a little sliver. So it's really about you answering each other's questions. That's what I really appreciate about this community, is that you guys support each other. But all you guys out there, dude, nothing, man. I didn't miss a damn thing at all. Dude, I have a California chocolate waiting for me and a whole plate of baklava and a chocolate muffin. But anyway, guys, I'm so glad you were able to join me on this Christmas Eve. Have a wonderful Christmas. Happy holidays. Enjoy the basketball season. I know tonight's the night off. Enjoy basketball. We got a great weekend of football as well. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care, guys.